أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجه.
The dear audience, today it is 31 years since the demise of Imam Khomeini, a great leader with whom a very great event, the triumph of the Islamic Revolution in Iran, is associated. Today we shall share with you and the rest of the world some facts and a little information about the man and his achievements. But since I'm going to have the role of a discussant, we shall have an interactive session of a question and answer. But since I'm playing the role of a discussant, I shall pass the role and the microphone to the side that is going to put questions to us. Then we will be responding immediately. Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa
Alayhi salam.
Thank you for this session. I had some simple questions about Ayatollah and Imam Khomeini. I would like to ask, who was Imam Khomeini?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you, Sister Asma, for that question. And I'll be giving a brief answer for that question to reserve some time for other questions to be asked also. Imam Khomeini, his real name is Sayyid Ruhullah Al-Musawi. He was born on 24th of September 1902 in the city of Khomeini. That's why he was named after his city where he grew up, where he was born. This city of Khomeini, it is in Iran, in Central Province. It occurs at location of 200 kilometers in southern Tehran. This is the place or the city where this man of God was born, and he was groomed, he was nurtured. His father was Sayyid Mustafa Musawi, and the mother by name of Hajara, rahmatullah alayhim. The father of Imam Khomeini passed away when he is less than 5 months, when he was still young. He was nurtured by his mother and aunt. The history says that Imam Khomeini started attending Quran lesson at the age of 6 years.
I would like to ask the characteristics of Imam Khomeini.
Briefly, Imam Khomeini was a humble student of religion who practiced what he preached. He was morally high, so caring to his people, so loving to his country and religion. He loved the oppressed. He was highly committed to the cause of serving Islam. That's why he took Islam to the state, so that the state and Islam can govern the people. He was so selfless. He owned no property. He died owning nothing except his clothes that he was putting on. He left no house. He was buried in a cemetery with the martyrs, those younger men who made the revolution. He was so impressive, influencing his audience. Because he was morally high, everybody could answer to his call. When he asked for anything, whatever the risks, the younger men and women, the old answered and made the revolution. His legacy is so unique that it can influence other people to liberate themselves from oppression.
According to the answers I have heard from you, just I've heard that Imam Khomeini was a humble, generous, and bright person, and then he was one of the a person of the collaboration with the government on during his period, his time. Now, how it comes for him to be the enemy of the government until he went to the exile from outside of his country? That is my question. Thank you.
Imam Khomeini opposed the policies of the monarch under Muhammad Reza. He opposed them, bitterly opposed them, and led students to demonstrations, got harassed, and was exiled. So he never collaborated with the government that he overthrew. So the government disliked him because he was standing for the people, in support of the people, and in support of the Islamic values. That's why that government he fought and overthrew, hated him, and took him to exile. Meanwhile, when he came back, he established an Islamic government that he worked tirelessly for until his death, and that is which is surviving until today in spite of many challenges.
What's the secret they used to get victory from them?
There could be so many points that led to the success of this revolution. But briefly, what you can state here is first and foremost, it has a good leadership. As you've heard, that Imam Khomeini was a very good and intelligent leader, and they had great and grand mobilization and sensitization of people. They sensitize people what they need, in addition to their dedication, devotion, to see that they liberate their country. That's how they succeeded in this.
Okay, you have told us so many how the revolution went, but I would like to know what are some changes happened, because exactly there must be what they were fighting for, to revolt or to make changes. So I would like to know those changes which occurred after revolution.
By the fact that it is a revolution, then it means there were fundamental changes since we call it a revolution. When this revolution triumphed, there was a change politically from monarchy to an Islamic republic. This means it is the power of the people plus Islam, Islamic Republic. It's a combination of the power of the people and Islam in practice, which was not the case before. They attained independence in its serious sense because the previous government was aligned to the Western camp with America. This revolution, when it came, it became completely independent, not pro-East or pro-West, not with the communists, not with the capitalists, but with Islam. That's why they call it Islamic Republic. So it became completely independent from political influences of the world powers. It made very, very extensive cultural changes in terms of people's thinking and in terms of deepening the application of Islam in society. It promoted education and the progress of science and technology. In its foreign policy, it stood with the oppressed. Just as recently we celebrated the International Quds Day. These are the fruits of the revolution. From being with the oppressor to becoming independent and standing with the oppressed. We are seeing today their stand with the oppressed in Africa, like when Nelson Mandela was still in prison, the revolution stood with him.
It is not easy for one person to fight or to look some changes against his government. I would like to know, did he had the sponsorship from the foreign countries?
Imam Khomeini, as a leader of the Islamic Revolution of Iran, never got any external support. But as I've mentioned earlier on, that through good leadership, and he made sensitization of people. That's why you can find that even if he was in exile, he used to send some letters, recording audios, sensitizing people, telling them what they're supposed to do in his absence, teaching them. This helped them to stand against the tyrant, the oppressors, and without holding guns. By that time, Muhammad the Shah, the king, he threw out the country. That's what I can say in this.
Yes, and in addition to that, in his last will, the last testament of Imam Khomeini, he wrote it, there was a divine hidden hand, the hand of God. And I appeal to the nation of Iran that the secret for the triumph of the revolution is the very secret for its survival. If you want this revolution to survive the challenges ahead, look back at the secret why it triumphed, how it succeeded. It was with God. So keep yourself always with God, and He will support you, because without the hidden hand of God, we wouldn't have succeeded.
Thank you. My question is, I would like to know the achievement of Islamic revolution and its impact to the African countries. Thank you.
Just I wanted to avoid the repetition, but let me be brief. The revolution, when it came, it changed the political system in Iran from a monarchy, these kings, to an Islamic republic. This is it was so unique in the world, an integration between Islam and democracy, because the republic is about democracy. So Islam and democracy together is being witnessed in Iran. And that change came with the revolution. It also, inside the country, promoted progress in science, in education. More girls went to school. A lot of emphasis was put on adult education. And so there was all these culture changes to entrench Islam and religion in public life. All that one was established with the revolution. As for its foreign policy, it stood with the oppressed. The oppressed in the Middle East, like the Palestinian cause, in Africa, like fighting apartheid in South Africa. As far as the revolution is concerned, this revolution had not, promoted the name and the fame of the country outside. Iran was so closed around itself. But when this revolution came, then the name was promoted culturally. We are seeing schools, universities opened in African capitals. They were not there before the revolution. A country like Iran giving support, and it was very wealthy by then, giving support to other countries like it is doing now, it was not there. I've said politically it stood with the Africans against racism in South Africa. We have seen, even politically, opening embassies. All these embassies you are seeing in Africa were not there before the revolution. When this revolution came and they wanted to know more about problems of the African communities, African countries, all these embassies were opened so that they interact with the populations, get how we can exchange, culture exchange, commerce, and political integration.
The question is, what other Islamic states should learn from Iranian Revolution?
In response to what we should learn from the Islamic Revolution and other states should learn, first, we should learn how to maintain good leadership. That by maintaining good leadership could make any state to continue with its leadership. Now, as we can see, over 30 years, the revolution is having a lot of enemies from many corners of the world, but it still is in existence because of its proper, good, and clear leadership. So, you as a leader, even at level at your house, your institution, whatever, you should learn that once your leadership is good, could last, and they could serve anyone. Two, we should learn how to serve people, because a good leader has to serve and take care of his people. We see that the leadership of the Islamic Revolution in Iran, it's not for Iranians only, it's all over the world because of their good leadership and care to mankind. Third issue we should learn from the Islamic Revolution is that we should nurture the nation or people, the religious issues. The religious issues should be put at the first stage, and we should nurture our coming generation to make their hearts to be attached to the religion so that they can succeed in this life and hereafter.